We're going to start out with a march, and I will be with you in give me 5 seconds, maybe 10. We will not be on the floor today because, well, we will be, but not laying down. We will be kneeling because kneeling is important to be able to get down and get back up again. It is crucial. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm kind of on time. Thank you for being here. I am Ron. This is Pickleball Inspired Strength and Agility. It's just strength and agility is what it is. We do throw pickleball into it as just an example of ways that these help, but these can help for all activities that you're in. Absolutely. All right, first thing, let's go into just a slow march. The difference between this and a regular strength class is I put a whole lot more time into making sure you get that movement and that you've got the flexibility to make the turns, that you've got the strength in the hips to stay forward, so you're always pointing toward the net. You want to be able to make sure that you've got that solid base on you all the time and not letting yourself roll forward when you do, because as soon as you do that, you start coming up at weird angles and you've got things going wherever, just all over the place. So alignment is crucial to all of this, and it's strong movements when you do them. So that one hip is always pointed toward the, not always, but usually one hip is pointed toward the net and you're not turning the hips. Hips are pretty much forward. It's the leg within the socket that moves more. And it's that up and down, being able to walk around on the in a squat. All right, get the arms going up on the sides, over the top, stomach out, exhale, bringing those core muscles, tightening up the abs, forcing the air out of the lungs, back up again. Keep moving. I am having problems here with the arms going sideways and my legs going forward and back. That's too much for my brain. I can't do it. One more time, up. And multiplanar exercises are really important. Because you could be facing one way and you might be swinging another way, which you will be. So being able to do two things at the same time, brain gets confused on that. So we got to make sure that you got it. All right, step out and back in, out and in. Just take that nice slow step. Foot always stays forward. Come out on the ball of the foot, come down on the heel, bring the heel up first, then the ball of the foot, and step it back in. Do it nice and slow. What you want to prevent against is leaning with the torso. You always want to be over that stationary leg. That's where all your stability is, or over your base of support. So right here, two legs are down. You want to make sure that you're right between them. And up, down. Let's get a stretch in here for the shoulders. Step up, bring the arm up, roll around. Here is a good example. Hips stay forward, shoulder girdle rolls, push up, and bring it down. If you have any problems with your lower back on this one, this is going to help just rolling the shoulders, but don't turn as far. If you feel anything in the lower back at all as you're doing this, stop. In the name of love. Up. So what you're trying to do is get more rotation through the thoracic spine, the middle of the back, little in the lower back, but there's only a limited amount of stretch you get down there. All right, hand across, right straight across, shoulder girdle rotates, hips stay forward, and bring it back in. Other side, same thing. Back. Up, across, last one. Really concentrate right here. You want to feel a solid base on here. Full stop always. And it's really important here because you need to be set whenever you make a hit, or you want to try to be. That's your goal, is to have that set. Knee comes up higher, arm swing. Full arm swing. You want to get as much rotation through the shoulder as possible. Up and down, side to side. We'll get them all. When you bring the knee up, make sure it comes right straight up toward the shoulder. If you bring that knee up at an angle, where it's going to come down is really a crapshoot. That's what I'm trying to say, but I was trying to think of another way to say it. You want it to come right straight down. You want that leg to come right up, keeping you in alignment. Taking some time, being able to move on one leg, stay on one leg, up. And we're good. Reverse lunge. Step it back a little bit and up. Stepping back on the ball of the foot, pushing through that front leg to bring you back up again. That is super important too, that you're not pushing off the back leg. You've got no control. When you push up through the heel, you bring yourself right straight up, core straight, core tight, preventing yourself from hurting yourself. This on a lunge is really hard on the knees and the back. Push up, back, and up, and one more like that, down and up. What we're going to do is a rotation. So step back, bring the arm around, keep the feet forward as you do it. Just roll the shoulder girdle as far back as you can get it, like that, and then bring it forward. Same on the other side. Stepping back in that reverse, you can go into a little bit of lunge if you want, but what's really important here is making sure the knee and toes stay forward and not falling over. So you're getting weight out to the side, rotation, but you're staying straight right here by staying over your stationary leg, and bring it back in, other side. So what I do there, my feet were too close together. I'm going to have to widen my stance side to side, which gives me a lot more stability. Feet always have to be flat on the ground when you're stepped. Right here, when you got both feet on the ground, you want flat, not turning off to the side. You don't want to feel one side touching the ground more than the other. Out and back one more time. Step out, reach around, and back again. Remember that march? We're going back to it, back to the future, back to the march. So you want to be up on the balls of the feet if you can. Keeping the heels up off the ground. This is where your mobility is. All of your agility comes when you're up on the balls of your feet. If you got to move sideways quickly, that's the only way you can do it. If you're trying to do it flat-footed, you're never going to make it. You don't have anywhere near the control or the ability to move as quickly as you do. And you stand a much better chance of, I don't know if the word's better, bigger chance of falling. Better chance. No, whatever, you know what happens. What I'm talking about, if the foot's flat, you have a tendency to just drag it along. Brings that ankle, and if your ankle's not flexible or strong, it's going to put you right down on your side. All right, we're moving here. Next, shoulder rolls. Keep the legs going in a march. If you can do it on the balls of the feet, great, but concentrate more on the shoulders. Shoulder flexibility is pretty important here. Up, around, and down. Other direction. Palms up, palms down. Only as big as is comfortable for you. And bring it down. You ready? You ready? One last time into that march, but this time heels up, going into fast feet. Just this little movement. Maybe you want to go forward, go back. If you're on carpeting, you should be in your socks. Don't, or bare feet. Don't do this on the floor. On carpeting with shoes on, there's a really good chance that you're going to drag that toe on the floor, on the carpeting, and trip you up. What you want to be able to do is get that foot up eventually, a little higher, a little faster, but that's what you work toward, is that speed. Also gives you the endurance. You need the heart rate up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, you ready? Lateral step. Down and up. Lateral step. Out, lateral lunge, and up. Take it out, reach the arm out as you do, stretch. Knee stays over the ankle, arm out as far as you can get it. Stretches on the inner thigh, hamstring on that lead leg. Coming back to the middle, push up, bring the foot in. How wide you go out, up to you. Totally up to you. You need to have both feet set though, and be really careful. Here's what we like to do is lean out past. We've just taken our body completely out of alignment right here, and we have no control anymore. Feet flat, you control this. You're right over that leg. Back in, out. So get used to that stretch without taking your whole body out after it. And one more time, out. And back in. Pendulum lunge, single leg, back and forward. Take your time. Heel up, lift the leg behind you, ball of the foot, heel up, forward, hold, and then come back. So what I'd like you to do is, as you get into that movement, pick the foot up, do a 3-count hold right here. I want you to get used to being able to solid plant and stay there, not trying to move again right away. Get yourself set up well and back. whether you're moving side to side. So when you're getting ready to make a move, this is where you want to be if you can get there. Forward. And I'm not saying you can, for every move, this is important that you have to be here, because you won't be, but you want to try to get here as much as you can with a solid base underneath you when you make your move. Otherwise, hips have a tendency to turn as well, even more so. Step, hold, up, step, hold, bring it back in. Other side, reverse, lift, pick it up, go slow, don't go fast. Take your time. If you can balance on that single leg, moving the other leg slowly, you're going to have all of the balance you need when you're moving quickly. It's just going to be there because you're strengthening up all the muscles. You're overtraining almost for the move that you're going to need. So the muscles are good and strong when you're ready. Up when you need them. Step in, up. This is also a great way. It's walking. It's just walking. When you walk, you should be here. Notice when you're walking, you are also off. You don't have both legs on the floor or both feet on the floor. One leg is always doing the balancing for 80% of your walking time. I've heard anywhere from 75 to 90. So I don't know. I go kind of in the middle. Up and back. Step out to the side. Right here. Come down in a squat. Make sure the shoulders are back. Chest is out while you're down here, and then roll back up, push up to the middle, and in, other side. Step out. Arms up front as you do. As you go down, bring the arms out right in front of you, and come back to the center and down. Control this movement. Out, on the ball of the foot, butt back. Again, take your time. This is what strengthens the muscles up, is when you go slowly. Out. My daughter would kill me for that. And she would yell at me. Back in. Out. Down. Arms up. Butt out. And in. Other side. Out. Right here. Feel both feet on the ground. Butt is back. Arms out front gives you a little more stability. You've got more of the foot on the floor. You feel more comfortable going backward. Pushing the butt back one more time. Out. Up. Hold. And bring it back. We're going to do a rotation of the hip, opening up that hip joint. So step up. So I like to do the monster walk. So it's kind of like that, but a little more intense. You can just pick that leg up, roll the foot out, and set it down. Here's the harder one, coming back from that and bringing it back in. Other side, same thing. Lift, rotate. This foot stays forward. This hip right out there. This leg is only turning within the socket. My pelvic girdle is right straight out front. Up and back. You want to have this type of flexibility in those joints so that you can make these moves. And if you're really stable, you're so much more safer. Not just making better hits, but you're so much more stable from falling or injury of any kind. Up and back. Arm with it. Up. Arm comes around to the side. My chest is pointing right between the two legs. Back in. Up. Out. Roll that arm back. And in. And now take a full swing. You're stepping back. Foot out. Shoulders come back. But remember, as you're doing this, shoulder girdle's turning, not the hip. And back to center. Other side. Up. Out. Turn back. Feel the stretch in the chest as you are doing it. Out. Take your time, especially on the way back in. That's the harder one. Out and over. You're starting from feet in different directions. Your weight's all on one side. That was just for fun. That was fun. All right. Diagonal stepping. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going back over there. Picking the foot up. Foot stays forward. Don't turn your torso that way. You want to be pointed right out in front of you. You step, 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 and step. And back. 2, 3, 4. Up. 2, 3, 4. And here's what I talk about with balls of the feet, if you can. It's that little pop. Get you there a little faster. If you got the strength in the legs to do this, fantastic. and move sideways and hold your balance. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. But if you can just get a little bit of a pop in there, just start getting used to that movement, giving you a faster move from side to side. Back, other way. 2, 3, and 4. So start out. Let me show this from the side as I'm going. So it's 1, 2, 3. I'm on the ball of the foot, and I'm bringing that other foot in as the heel's coming down. So I'm working the two together. Back, 2, 3, and 4. Up, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, and 4. Feel the muscles working on the outside of the hips when you do those. Here's a fun one. Here's a fun one. I'm going to go 4 up. I'm going to do it this way. So starting in the middle, right here in the middle of my floor, I'm going to go 4 diagonally that way. 1, 2, back. It's a Z pattern. 3, 4, 5, 6. Back on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Opposite direction. Step up and out. Toe stays forward. Pointing front. Bring the other foot in and down. Then pick inside foot up. Move out and in. Out and back. These are some of the best balance drills you can do. All right, not the best, but they're really important. Standing on one leg is really important for balance, but so is moving because you're usually moving. One more time each way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last one. See if you can get up on the balls of the feet. Little bounce. 3 and 4. It's skipping. It's skipping. Or jumping rope. 2, 3. You don't have to be able to do this now. Just practice it. Anytime you're on solid ground, give it a chance. Give it a try. Do those different things. Foot control. Grapevine. Up and over to the side. Come around the back. Leg out. Take that other leg and bring it around the back this time. And the front leg up and over. So these are important because otherwise feet get tangled up. You want to be able to make those movements. So you're going to cross, behind, and over the top. Again, I went into that bounce. If you try it with that little bounce, you'll see how much easier it is to do this when you've got a little spring in the step. Tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I changed the way I did it. There we go. I got it that time, maybe. And tap. All right. Enough of that. Practice those. Those are really important. Let's go 2 directions at once. Arm out to the side, leg out to the other side. You have to stay here in the middle. One way to do this is you tap the leg out. Foot is on the floor. Kickstand. Reach out on this side and just lift the leg up. Got weight that way. You've got weight that way. You're strong enough. Those glutes are strong enough. Hips, thighs, all of that is strong to hold you up. Directly over that. Core needs to be tight here too. Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze them up. That's going to give you so much more balance if you can take those glutes and just tighten them up when you're in that move. So don't go fast with this. Again, this is not helping you. You want to be able to control it, feel the muscles working, stay, and bring it back. This is what teaches the brain. If you do get in a situation where you are leaning out to the side, it knows how to get you right back in the center. Out. Whoa. And in. Out. Come on. And bring it back in again. We're good. We're good. Grab a drink of water. Grab your weights. We're moving on. So we tried to do there is work really hard on making sure the hips are mobile, flexible now, but you should also feel the muscles had to work, especially like lifting that leg up so you can move to the side. That's really important. What are we doing first? What are we doing first? Somebody should know. Sumo squat, one weight. Let me try saying that again, this time right. Single weight. We're going to do it in the goblet style, feet out, at a diagonal. Sumo squat, butt goes right straight back, knees over the laces of the shoes as you go down, holding the chest up and keeping the feet flat on the floor. You're rolling that hip underneath, driving through the back half of the foot from about the arches back to the heel, and push up. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Don't lock out completely. You've still got a little bend in the knee, hips back just a little bit. And again, practice getting that butt back and the knees out. So if you go down here and the knees collapse and you can't hold them out to the side, walk the feet in a little more, protect the back, protect the inner thighs, groin muscles. Ew. Down. It's painful for them. And up. If you feel anything on these, modify immediately. Modifications on this are bringing the feet in closer, getting rid of the weight, but you got to keep the torso up. That's the most important piece, is that posture. That is the key on this one. Knees out. We're strengthening up the muscles on the outside of the hips to bring the knees out and hold them out there. Down and up. 2 more. And push 1 more time. I really like sumo squat or the plie squat. I think it's such a good one. All right, what are we doing with that next? Hammer curls. 2 weights. 2 weights. We're going to get tricky with it, though. We're going to do up. I'm not going to do that. Let's try this. Curl, out, in, and down. Alternate. And down. If you can extend the arm out, that's great. But remember, you're always keeping that arm and torso. Upper arm is always in alignment with the torso, not going forward, so you don't lean forward, bringing the arm out front as you bring it up, or bringing the weight out to the side. That puts the shoulder back in a bad place, bad angle for the joint. All right. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out, neutral position. Squeeze the glutes. Every exercise is a glute exercise. Curl first, up, side bend, or side raise, in and down. Other side up, out, in, and nice and slow back down. When you come down, make sure the weights are still there. You still feel the muscles working to hold that weight up just a little bit. Up, out, in, and down. So you're always working those biceps the entire time. Those muscles in the front of the shoulder, that front deltoid muscle, that helps hold that shoulder in place. Up, out, in, and down. 1 more each side. 1 to the right, out to the side, maybe left for you, and down, up, out, in, and down. That's a good one. Grab a drink of water. Take a break between these. Relax in between. So, back, staying in that neutral position. Really work on getting those shoulder blades back for every exercise you do. And it's really important because you want to keep that neutral posture. If you're here, you're looking at the ground, your weight forward. If you move forward, you already have momentum taking you there before you even start. Getting in that neutral position, being over your base of support as you move is so important. All right, triceps kickbacks. Going to go into a stagger step. 1 foot out, knee over the ankle on that front leg, back foot parallel with the front, and then however far out you go to the side is up to you. Closer you get, the more you're going to work the core. The farther out you are, the more stability you're going to have through the legs. So you want to try to bring that leg in as much as you can. But if you're here and kind of bobbling around, get that leg out just a little bit so you can concentrate on the muscles we're trying to work on. So knees over the front ankle, right there, stays there. Back foot behind you, feet parallel, elbows back, and it's just out and in. Really important. So for you guys, this is really important. Weights in, knuckles forward. So what you don't want is what I have this really bad tendency to do is just let the wrist relax. And then the weight just kind of sits in the fingertips. I want to bring them in so that I have to hold it, because if I let go, it falls. Now I'm working the forearm that way, and forearm strength, finger grip strength is so important. Up, we're just doing kickbacks. Out and in. Out. Wrists stay in. Palms stay in, facing each other. Stop at the back. Keep the shoulder blades together the whole time. So you want to get that chest out. Keeping that curve in the lower lumbar. Any chin to chest is a bad thing. You want to make sure that chin and chest stay the same distance apart no matter where you are. Doing that is going to roll those shoulder blades back, keep the chest out, opening up the air passage, making you have more lung capacity, and it's going to keep the spine in neutral. Out, in, out, in. One more time. Back, other foot, forward, going back into the hip hinge on the other side. Should feel that in the thighs. The legs are working hard when you're in that hip hinge position, but it's a great position because you can get so low. Knee stays over the ankle on that front leg, stretching out the hamstrings. So here's what we're going to do on this one. We're going to go narrow row, out to a reverse fly, bring the shoulder blades together, and back in, working the strength in the upper back again. Posture, keeping the shoulders back, chest out, chin up. All right, narrow row. Bring it in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, out to the sides. Elbows are bent, but they don't hinge. Squeeze, out to the side. So you're squeezing those shoulder blades together to bring the arms up. Forward, back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, stop at the top. Take at least one count there before you move again. Stopping adds so much more to these exercises. If you just bounce and go forward and back, one, you lose posture, but you're also not forcing those muscles into a full stop, holding you there where gravity's the most, and then back down slowly. Exhale when you do the work. In, back, out, and back out again. So a couple things we're doing here with this exercise is you're practicing hip hinging. So you've got the butt back, you're right up here. Hips are straight. You don't let that back leg go like that, which it usually does. These aren't warriors. We're not doing yoga. You got to keep the feet forward like this so you're always pointed. If this leg is back here, it puts all sorts of stress on the knee. Also, when you pick that other foot up, your body's going to want to go where that other foot's pointing. Next. Single arm, single weight. So all of those, we're going to do that same thing, but this time we're going to do a split squat. Still that same position, except on this one, the heel is up on the back foot. Weight is in the ball of the foot. That's where you pivot from. If you're up on the toes, if you're way up here, you're putting a lot of pressure on the knee, first of all, and then you don't have the opportunity to get that foot around straight. If you're on the ball of the foot, you've got all kinds of pivot through there. That's what you need to be able to move quickly, especially in those rotations. All right, so what are we going to do while we're here? Down. Roll the hips, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the hamstring. You're going to fall over. Good thing there's a wall here. Roll the hip underneath, bring it underneath, lift the heel, tighten up these muscles to bring the knee out, darn it, and back down. You're going to feel the hip flexor working a little bit. If all the work is happening in the front of the hip right here, adjust. Don't bring the hip underneath so much. All back here. What goes with that? Forward raise. So as you're coming up and back down. Tell you what, hold the hand diagonal. You're going to have up, vertical, and back. Palm in. Because if you're playing, when you're down here, you want to use the arm and the leg together to give you that little pop up. And that's why you want elbow bent, arm comes right straight up, wrist stays in. This is where it gets so important. If your wrist is out because you're letting the weight set on the knuckles. If you do that when you're holding a racket, as you come up, it's going to spin. You want that wrist in. You want the strength of the grip. Bring it right straight up and right back down again. Upper and lower body work together. You synchronize both of them. Again, huge brain thing to do here. Make the signals have to go to the arms and the legs at the same time. Other side, same thing. One of the things we lose as we get older is we lose that fine motor muscle. And with that goes our reaction time. So we need to work on those. That smooth movement. We need to get the brain rewired so that the synapses can go quickly from the brain to the extremities. All right, palm in, feet forward. Let's go. Up. Still the split squat. Don't forget that. Roll the hip underneath. Lift, squeezing the buttocks, squeezing the hamstrings in the back of the thigh. And back down again. Lift the heel. Roll the hip underneath. Arm hits the top the same time your leg does. And back down. Take your time on this. If you can practice it slow, you're just hardwiring the brain on what to do. So when you're moving fast, you don't have time to think about these things. That are the feet forward. Are the arms and legs moving together? Is the wrist in? Everything just has to be strong. Strongest muscles will always take over. And when they do, they should be in the right direction. Falling. One more time. Help me. Up. All right, set that down. Grab another drink of water. It is good to hydrate through this. So I was talking before class, one thing that's really important in all of these, you don't need to use weights on any of these exercises. One of the problems with using weight is if you don't have the strength, when you bring a weight out here, you're going to either rotate because gravity's pulling you out, or you're going to lean forward. Head's going to come down. It's going to go down. Again, keeping that chin away from the chest really prevents that from happening. If the chin doesn't come down, spine stays in neutral pretty well. But if you can't do the movement without the weight affecting your posture, get rid of the weight. Just tighten up those muscles and just squeeze as you do it. You're going to feel as much work as if you had a weight in there. But you're totally in control of how hard you squeeze those muscles. All right, next is upright rows. These are for the upper traps. These muscles right up here that go up to the neck, down to the shoulders. Palms in. So this one is a hard one for shoulders. What you want to do, first of all, make sure that you've got the shoulder blades together, because this is a really good upper back exercise as well as the traps. You're coming up, elbows are going out to the side. Doesn't matter how high you bring them up, but here's the most important piece. Elbows come out to the side. I've seen so many people who bring the weight up and their elbow, I can't do it with that one, and the elbow goes up in the air like that. That is putting so much stress. That is the worst spot you could be in for your shoulder. And you're not strengthening the muscles up you need to. Out to the sides, elbows out, straight out, however high you can get it, whatever's comfortable for you. Never past the chest though. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together nice and tight while you're up there. And back down. Make sure the palms are facing the floor. Here we go. Up. Palms right straight down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Back out front. Here's another one that is going to pull on your back. It just feels like it's so much easier to lift the weights up when you're going down to them. What you have to do is just bring the arms up as high as you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, making sure you're tightening up all those other muscles to keep you in alignment. When you squeeze the muscles, you should feel it all the way up and down the shoulder blade. There's a whole lot of muscle up there, and it's hard to get all of it, but this is a really good one for the entire shoulder blade. Usually you have to break these exercises into two groups, one for the upper half of the muscle of the shoulder blade and one for the lower. One more time. And down. Whew. Whew. Shoulder stability. You should feel it all the way around there. It's a good one for that. Romanian deadlifts. So knees stay over the ankles. It's a hip hinge. It is a hip hinge. Most important thing on this one is the shoulder blades are back. This one, I see it all the time. I even see people instructing this way, where they come down past the knees, they're all the way down here, but the back is all bent. The problem with this is when you come back up, right now that lower back is doing all the work to bring you up until you bring the shoulder blades back and come up. You want to be in alignment, back of the head to the tailbone, butt goes out. This exercise is specifically tightening up these muscles in the back chain to bring the hips in, keeping the feet flat on the floor so that the knees stay over the ankles. Specifically. Hold there, shoulder blades are back, chest is out, and squeeze, don't let the knees move. Don't let the knees go forward. You're going to feel so much more. Because it is so much easier to just kind of roll up underneath and lift. It is so much harder for those muscles to work the way they're supposed to. So we can get the glutes and hamstrings. Glutes and hamstrings, huge, especially the glutes for stabilizing your hips. And that's for absolutely everything you do. Stronger you are through there, the surer you are, the more stability you have. Less problems for the knees and the hips and the ankles, because you're not flaring out to the side, knees out, knees in, hips going back and forth. One last time. Take it down nice and slow. Stop at the knees. Push your butt out farther. Feel the hamstring stretch. And then exhale as you come up. Core is tight. So are the glutes. And you're there. I'm going to go out to the side. Out. And back in. Let that arm go out as you go out. So it's out. If the weight's too much, don't use it. Up. What you're trying to do is give yourself a little extra, teaching the brain what happens when you've got weight in the hand. So you're going out to the side at the same time you're bringing that arm up. I can't get that one up. And back in. If you can do it as the leg's going out, see if you can bring that arm up at the same time. Out to the side. Solid plant. You're not past the knee. Arms out there, but you're not. If you were here and lean out to the side, feel the weight shift in your feet. You're not solid, you're not stable in your base. I'll get it. Up and in. It is so much harder when you've got weight with that momentum taking you out. Up and in. One more each side. Out and bring it in. Last one. And back. 2 weights, please. That's the wrong one. That is definitely the wrong one. All right, here's what we're going to do. Forward lunge first. Multi steps here. Step 1 foot out into that stagger step. Feet are parallel. From here, we're going to go down to that hip hinge, into that front leg. Hold when you get to the knee, feel the stretch, and then come back up, pushing through the heel, through the quadriceps. So you're pushing up and coming back. Other side out from the hip hinge. Front leg is doing the work to get you up to here. Now you weight shift back and it's a lunge. Up and back, because when you come back, you want to be up here. You're going to be leaning a lot, and you want to make sure that when you come back up, you're set. Your base is right. You're facing the right way. Down and up, instead of this out kind of twisting and turning and trying to do all kinds of things at the same time. One more time. Out, down, and bring it back up. Going to go into this just a little more intense. Out, butt back. As you come up, step up, bringing the arms up into a curl and back down. This one's hard on the lower back. Be really careful with this one, because elbows to the floor, bringing the arms up, body wants to lean forward. Don't bring the arms out that high if that's the case. Keep the arms down and step it in. So we're just trying to get that strength built up to be able to move in control, fully in control. Push up, bring it back, and down, out, up, back, and down. We're done with the weights. We are not going to the floor. We're going to do something else. Let's try something else. So this is an agility move. I really like these moves. First thing we're going to do is you got to be able to get down. So just demo here. You're coming back and you're going down as far as you can in the back, wherever that is. But here's what you want to make sure of, that your torso's up. If you start leaning forward, you're looking down at the ground. Anything that's happening out there, you can't see anymore. And if you bring your head up and you don't have the flexibility to be able to do that, you're going to turn to the side. So what you want to be able to do is step back, keep the torso up, lunges, and go down. As deep as you can get. Doesn't have to be the knee, but make sure this front knee is no farther than over the laces of the shoes, and then up and down. So take it back, same leg, keep working that leg. The deeper you get, the more you're going to feel the quadricep working in that front leg, because it's the one pushing to bring you up, not the toes in the back driving you up. That leg in front is pushing up. You'll feel them working right there, working hard. Down and up. Other side, same thing. Did I say demo? We're doing it now. We're doing it. Step back. Start slow. Start easy. Nice and slow. Feel the ball of the foot on the floor all the way across. Again, super important. If you're coming down to that back foot and it's on the toes and the heel is out, when you come back up, your knee's going to take a real beating. The other thing is you're going to come up at some weird angle. You just want to make sure that you're in that alignment. Back. Front leg. Up. Step back. Most important, keep that front foot on the floor. You want to feel no movement through the foot on the floor, on that heel, on the back half of the foot. Because I'm bow-legged like that, my foot wants to roll out all the time. And I had this really bad tendency to turn my ankles constantly because I was starting from that position. So I have to work really hard to that inner thigh to hold the foot flat as I come up. See if you can get down just a little bit deeper. It doesn't have to be that deep. Chairs, I got to tell you for this one, just to get the stretch in there, I got to tell you this. Chairs, phenomenal. Step back, take it down. Use the chair to hold you upright, and you can push with that hand on the chair just a little bit if you need to as you drive through the heel. Make the leg do most of the work, but what that does is it gives those muscles a chance to stretch out so you can get down there. And push back up. You get down a little deeper, getting deeper, stretching the muscles, and works those quads. Stay out of the toes. If you go forward at all on the front toes on this one and come back up, pushing through there, I can feel that right through the front of my knee. The minute I did that, I can make that happen. I don't want to, but I can. All right. Next thing we're going to do is down, come up, and take a step forward. So it's back. Take your time with this. Push through the heel. Step forward. Again, chairs. I don't know what I'd do without them. Up. Remember the pendulum lunge we did? This is what that is. Back, except you're going into a reverse lunge at the same time. Pushing up. Forward step or forward lunge. This is why having that alignment, front foot, back foot, is so important. If that foot is out to the side as you come down, you can take the torso with it. You want to be right here, pointed out forward. Working the core hard on this one. Out, up, and back. How far you go down, how far you step forward, those are all the modifications. If you can't get down there, that's fine. Go down just a little bit, bring it up, and step as far as you can forward, but go slow. This is not going to do it for you. You want to strengthen these muscles up. It's overtraining these muscles, getting them strong so they just go right there. You do this automatically without having to think about it. And it's stepping too. It's still what you do when you walk. And down. Up. And back. And down. Other side. Not giving up on my chair. Step back. Push. Foot forward. So the first one I did, my foot rolled out to the side as I was bringing the back leg up because I wasn't concentrating on tightening up those muscles on the inner thigh. When my bones just go that way, I have to work a little harder at it. Up. Push up. Slow. Forward. You're upright yet. Knees over the ankle. Step up and step back. And 2 more. Chair if you need it. My legs are getting tired. Back. Remember, when you're done with these, we're working the quads pretty heavily. Be really careful when you walk. You may not be able to pick your leg up quite as high. They'll have a tendency to drag because the muscles are fatigued. Just take your time when you're done here and you're doing your walking. Next, we're taking this step at a time. If any of these get to be too much, just stay with where you were at. So this one, we're going to do the same thing. Down, push up through that front leg. Step, sorry, I need to do it the outside leg. Back. Leg closest to the chair is the one you're using for the push leg. The brace leg, step up. As you come forward, on the ball of the foot, pivot and come around. So stepping back, don't go down very deep, just practice this piece of it. Up, in fact, just practice this piece right here. Leg up front, on the ball of the foot, rotate just the foot. The heel only, nothing else goes. Out, heel comes in, heel goes out. And that's what it is. It's not the toe going out, it's the heel coming in. And there's a huge difference in that. Out and back in. And now as you make that pivot, start pushing off with the back foot at the same time and come around. Back and up. And that's the other way you can do it. A much safer way is up, plant this foot, and then rotate the hips. Up and back, up and around. So if you were to try to do this with stepping, and why I say we need to be on the balls of our feet is if you were to come up, flat foot here, pick this foot up, and then bring the other one around to try to get around. But what probably is going to happen on those is you're going to be starting to turn as you're coming around, which is putting all your weight off to one side. You're starting to create momentum to the side, not the good side. So up, I'm going to come up, rotate. You're always solid and down. So again, one more time. Back, front leg up, on the ball of the foot, pivot if you can, and bring it down. Other side, same thing. They don't feel like strength exercises, but they all are. They all are. They're good. Cardio exercise as well. It's great for endurance as well. You start working the quadriceps, big muscles. That byproduct, that muscle that breaks off, that gets into the lungs, it's a lot more. So up, on, and come around. So I'm starting the easier way, coming back, stepping up, foot hits, and around. Doing it wrong. Up, out, there we go, and twist. Bring it back. And I say twist, that's a really important piece, because if you're turning the body here as the legs are coming, you're completely out of alignment now. I can feel it in my lower back. Plus, along with that, if I were to have to try to hit something, hit ball here, and I'm twisted that way, and that's over there right in front of me, I'm pointing that way. So wherever you're looking is where it's going to go. That's a pretty common thing. Up, step forward, and around, back, down, and then you can just start taking it a little more each time. On the chair, use it. It helps spin you. Back and down. One more. for this move. So we're going to go back into that pivot, leg back. We're going to bring it up, forward, pivot off the ball of the foot, turn, and step right away. So you're making sure that you get a little movement in there. Again, back, push up, foot out, pivot, and then start to move and back again. So what you want to make sure is that the whole time you're solid. Your base is solid. Up, forward, rotate, and start moving. Up. And that's the other thing, if you can do that pivot and start bringing that other foot forward. So what I did there was foot back, sorry, other side. Foot back, up, forward, tap, ball of the foot, and then take that other foot and start rolling and moving. But you've got to get that turn in there first. You've got to be able to stabilize the back. If you don't, you try making these, this is killer for the lower back. Anytime, and especially if you're hitting something at the same time and you're putting pressure against you while you're turning, you're wrenching yourself two different directions. So it's down, up, rotate, and move, and back. So there's times you have to make that quick pivot and out. There's times you're down on your knee. A lot of times you're right down here. You have to make this up and rotate. Other side, then we're done. Promise. So other leg up, foot down, pivot, rotate it, and start moving. Again, down, up, pivot, and move. Get those motions going at the same time, making sure your brain's not, I'm getting dizzy doing this. Don't let that happen. Up, and out. So do it nice and slow. You'll be much easier to make those movements where you're turning, not just going off at an angle. And this is what the problem with going at a diagonal is. If we start to push off, we push our body out at an angle. Grab water. So all your turns may not be 90 degrees, pivoting, rotating the feet. But what we're working on here is the core is always pointing with the hips, with the legs, with the knees. You've always got that consistency of being pointed in the direction. Where you're looking is where you're going to hit. That's where it's going to go. Well, sometimes. If you're looking for it, but you're off at a diagonal like this and you come around, you're probably going to go up over there. If you're pointing in this direction, the torso is going to go where it's going to go. All right, what are we doing? Stretch it out. Out to the side. Push the butt back into a side lunge. Knee stays over the ankle, butt goes back. Stretches in the hamstrings, going up into the glutes because, man, we use those a lot. Like for 60 minutes we were in them. Other side. Down and back. Inner thighs. Really good for the inner thighs because we did work the inner thigh quite a bit in making those moves in with the leg. Fingers intertwined, palms up. Here on the inside of the upper arm. Again, this is just a great stretch. Opens up the fingers. If you can't get the arms all the way up, or you can't get the hands to go all the way up to the top, that's fine. Go as far as you can. Little by little, you get more rotation in the wrist. And side bend, keeping the head up, looking right out in front of you. And back up, other side. And bring yourself back up again. Bring the arms down. Shake that out into a forward lunge. Bring the toe up. Stretching the calf muscles in the back of the lower leg. Like that we are. And relax the foot. Hamstrings. This should be a good stretch. Feeling it above the knee, going up into the middle of the butt. Push her back. And push up on that front leg to come back. Other side, toe up. And lean in. It is a hip hinge, shoulder girdle, square with the floor, parallel. Shoulder blades stay back, chest is out. I've seen this. This is bad, where people try to reach their toe because they bend and twist at the same time. That is really hard on the vertebrae. You're putting together and you're crushing them together. Okay, not crushing them, but they're putting pressure on each other, and that's where you get that cracking when you put that kind of stress on them. Knee bent, and foot down on the floor. Your adjustment, anytime you do a stretch, getting to the right muscles is up to you to find that, whatever you need to adjust. Above the knee to the butt. And I have to adjust differently every class. I'm always moving just a little bit, flexing or extending the knee just a little bit more, pushing my back, pushing off my leg just a little bit harder to get more of a diagonal in my torso. Easy for me to say. And bring it back up again. Go into a little bit of a hip hinge or into a stagger here. You're going to bring the heel up, roll the hip underneath. You want to feel the stretch through the front of the thigh. Be careful of the hip flexor when you do this. If you're coming up here, you bring that heel up, you feel the stretch in the front of the thigh, but you're also feeling it heavily in the front of the hip. Back out, move around until you get mainly just the thigh stretch. I like this stretch so much better, but if you can, I mean, there's always this. I spend so much time trying to balance when I do that. I never really get into the stretch. And those people who can do, what is it, figure 4 on a single leg. Wow. I'm just in awe of them. And that's why everybody should take yoga. Everybody should take yoga. Everybody should. Not me, but everybody else should. Arm up. Back of the hand to back of the hand. We're going to work on a rotation here. Knees bent just a little bit. Hips forward. Shoulder girdle rotates. You should feel nothing below the middle of the back. If you do, you're probably getting the hips in even just a little bit. You want to strengthen up the hips to always keep them straight. Other side. Shoulder girdles, what rotates? Feel the stretch through the shoulders, through the upper back, across the shoulder blade. And back in, a little more extension. Fingers intertwined, push right straight down, bringing the shoulder blades back. When we did the upright row, these are the muscles we worked. But you're also going to feel it in the fingers, the wrists. I say this a lot, but when I first started doing this exercise, I could not get here. I couldn't get my shoulder blades back and the arms extended. It didn't happen. It does now. It just took like 2-3 years before I finally was able to get there. And relax. Because what I always do is this. And that's not doing anything with the shoulders forward. You got to get them back, bringing the chest open. Step out to the outside, bring the arms up over the top. Deep breath in. Push the stomach out. Now, tightening up the core muscles. Exhale. Get those abs nice and tight. Other side, up and over. Fill up the lungs. Feel the ribs stretch out. And then tighten the core. Squeeze it. One more time each side. Out and up. Exhale. Other side out. Nice stretch. Make sure when you come out, you bring the shoulder blades back and the chest out. And then exhale. Coming back down again. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you again next week, or if you're in another class, I'll see you then. Thank you.